now listening to CHRISPIRACY.
Chris X Matt. Question everything.
Break the matrix.
We are the ones they fear.
If we don't make the change, it's never going to change.
CHRISPIRACY.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of CHRISPIRACY. I am your host, Chris X Matt. There's many Chris's out here, but there's only one Chris X Matt, and that is me. That is I. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode where we continue to break the matrix. And we breaking it today in a different way for you guys. Yes, we're going to break it, the matrix, in a different way today. If you're not familiar with the debt matrix, we are going to be speaking about the debt matrix. But before I introduce my guest today that's going to help me talk to you guys about the debt matrix, I just want to say shout out to everyone that's been listening. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting, buying shirts, buying merch. CHRISPIRACY.com. You can go buy the merchandise. We're kind of running out of the largest and the bigger sizes. If you're a small and a medium, we still have enough of those for you guys. There's 4 designs again. You got the CHRISPIRACY one, you got the Tap Inwardly one, the Protect Your Loosh one, and the Break the Matrix one. So find your favorite one, and we got more stuff coming too, and the winter's coming, so you never know what we might release during the winter, during the cold season. But again, shout out to everyone that's tuning in. If you're at work listening, shout out to you. If you're at the gym listening, shout out to you. If you're on a jog, if you're running, shout out to you. If you're just killing time while you're driving, listening to this, shout out to you, because you can be listening to many other things, but you're listening to CHRISPIRACY. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And hopefully you're finding the time out of the day to leave the distractions alone. Stop watching the screen. Stop watching the phones. Just, enjoy some nature. Enjoy some time with your dogs, your kids, your family. Even if it's an hour for the day, just find that time of day where you can just feed your soul what it needs to be fed. Do that meditation you might want, that bath you might need. If you're a mom and you have kids and you can't find that time of day, man, even if it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, do that little meditation, take that bath. If they fall asleep real quick, do what you got to do so you can, ease your mind a little bit. Because if you're constantly watching these screens, you're constantly being distracted and you're constantly being throwing fear in your face, and you're not vibrating the way you're supposed to be vibrating, which means you're going to end up sick most likely, or you might just be depressed and think that the world's coming to an end, and that's debatable. We don't know when that will happen, but there's definitely agendas going on out here. We definitely see if you're looking from the outside in, if you're out the matrix in a way and you're looking at people in the matrix, and I mean, I'm part of the matrix as well, but when you're looking at it from afar, you definitely see what they're trying to do and where they're trying to lead us. And I don't know anything about no NWO. I mean, I do, but I don't, because, hey, YouTube took me down, so I just got to be careful. Like, they gave me my first strike, and now I have to just be wary of what I upload and how I say things. So this episode, we're going to keep the conspiracies at a low. We're not going to be talking too much conspiracy stuff today. We're not going to be talking about spirituality like that. We're going to keep it very not even safe. It's gonna be more of a relatable topic to a lot of people, because a lot of people are in this debt matrix. So I'm very excited to be talking about this today. So in order to describe this debt matrix to you guys, I brought a guest on the show with me to help elaborate. And today we have LJ from Savings Minus Debt. How you doing today, sir?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right. Go ahead and introduce myself.
Yes, go ahead, sir. How you doing?
All right. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is where debt slaves live. Now, there's two kinds of debt slaves. There's unconscious debt slaves and conscious debt slaves. Unconscious debt slaves cannot see negative numbers psychologically. So, quick example, if you believe you're a homeowner, open up your calculator and put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal. Now, as you're looking at the calculator, I want you to just listen to the sound of my voice, okay? The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you cannot see negative numbers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I help. I help people believe the calculator. Conscious slaves, they found SMD channel, Savings Minus Debt on YouTube, found the channel and said, I believe my calculator. And now they understand that they're well below zero. they're a slave. They live in the debt matrix, and they come to me for a plan. I give them a plan on how to be free and own themselves. Until you get out of debt, you don't even own yourself. So, and that was me for till about age 40. Woke up nothing really woke me up, but woke up and now I'm free. Now this is all I do. Help people get out of the debt matrix.
So according to what you just said, speaking for myself, I don't know if I would be unconscious because I feel like I'm conscious of how I'm in the debt matrix. But I wanted to have this convo with you. The reason I reached out to you is because I've expressed this on a recent episode as well that like mentally I've been kind of going through it because I feel like I'm digging myself in a financial hole, right? And I've obviously, you know, car debt is one thing. You know, I have the smaller type of debt, but now I do feel like I'm in not even too much even debt. Like I'm probably exaggerating, but to me it's just so foreign that I'm not used to owing money the way I owe money now, and I can't even save. I can't even put money to the side. I feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I can't go on vacations anymore, and I used to be able to do all those things. So would I be a conscious slave or would I be an unconscious slave to the debt matrix?
First, believe it or not, it's a privilege to be conscious of the debt matrix.
Okay.
You're conscious. Now you're a conscious slave. I mean, you're a conscious debt slave without a plan on how to get out.
Correct. Yes.
That's what you are right now, because I'm just listening to you. You're like, I feel like I can't go on vacation. Well, you can't go on vacation, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, then it's a truth. It's not a feeling.
That's true. Okay.
You can't.
Yeah,
right? You gotta just say that to yourself till one day you get tired of saying that to yourself. So right now, if I asked you, do you know how much debt you're in right now? Can you tell me the number? Not guessing, the exact number.
Nah, not the exact number. I can guesstimate.
See, that's a major problem.
Okay.
Walking now, you know you're in the debt matrix, but you have not a clue of how much debt you're in. Do you know what that sounds like to me when I ask you that question? You don't know. You know how you said, I don't know. That's like me asking you, hey, Chris, what's 1 + 1? And then you go,
yeah.
That's what it sounds like because you're not free. That means you don't own yourself. That's why you can't get ahead. You don't own Chris. And you want to know who owns Chris? Log into your Credit Karma and take a look at a list of all your owners. They all own you.
So what? Damn, I want to ask so many things already. I feel like we just started.
Go ahead, man. I got plenty of time.
I wanted to ease into the conversation, but I just want to start shooting, just being selfish and how
I'm gonna give you factual. I'm gonna give you all the answers, factual, mathematical answers to all your questions. Okay.
So, do you think that debt is necessary or credit is necessary? But do you think that everyone is gonna be in debt at least once in their lifetime on this earth?
I'm sure debt slaves will be there for the rest of their lives. I don't really care what they do.
But
as long as the majority, in order for a capital, just like I told you before, my gift is the ability to see negative numbers psychologically, right? In order for a capitalist economy to work, the majority must be in debt. Now you can choose which side of the economy you want to be on. Either you trust the calculator or you don't. If you don't trust the calculator, you're gonna live in the debt matrix until you're dead. If you trust the calculator, you won't.
Yeah. See, I never even thought about actually calculating exactly how much debt I'm in.
Millions of people don't.
But I think that's even scarier to actually know the real number that you're in debt.
Right. That's another step. See, that's okay. So for you, step 1, you recognize you're in debt matrix. Step number 2, which is another hard one, calculating up all your debt.
And when you calculate,
that's part of the process.
So when you calculate it up and you see how much you are in debt, then how do you go towards getting out of that debt?
You create a plan.
Okay.
Right, that's what I do. So some people, in order for people to come to me, they have to come to the realization that they're in the debt matrix. That's a hard part. Millions of people don't know they're in the debt matrix, right? They're financing cell phones, so obviously they don't, right? And so, right? If you had money, you would never in a million years tell anybody that you financed a cell phone. If you say you have a finance cell phone, you're telling me that you're broke. Totally. And they don't even know that they're saying it. That's called the language of zero. When you get out of debt matrix, you'll speak a totally different language that they will not understand. But anyway, back to you. You've already recognized that you're in the debt matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Step number 2 is to add up all your debt. I promise you, you need to see me ASAP. I will change your life forever. You'll never forget me.
Woo.
Guaranteed.
Okay, we're gonna see after this. I'm definitely gonna tap in
Okay.
on a personal
Go
level.
ahead. Go ahead.
Um, so would you when you create a plan to try to get out this matrix, would that plan is obviously different for everyone else? Would you suggest pick up a second job or start another source of income, or what would you kind of lead someone towards to try to get out?
That's a good
fastest way.
question.
The fastest way.
Okay, that's a good question, and I'm gonna have you answer it. Okay.
Okay.
Once we add up all your debt, you see the real number, and you see how deep in debt you are. It'll be totally up to you how long you want to be in there, be in debt, and be a debt slave. Once you see that number, you're gonna know how many it counts on how fast you want to get out of debt.
Correct.
If you see that number, I'm gonna get 2. I'm gonna get 3 jobs because I'm gonna get out of debt the fastest. You get 1 job, it's gonna take you longer.
Fact.
2 jobs, you're gonna get out faster. That'll tell you if you need to get 2 or 3 jobs so you can get back to your passion, which is this podcasting.
Correct. Yeah, man. Because right now, yeah, that's true. That's true. Trying to focus on this, but you still have to go get a job, go to work, and then I was
Right.
looking into getting a second job, and then doing that, and then still doing this, and I'm already in my head. I was already telling myself. Not that I can't. I was already telling myself this is gonna get way harder as far as the dedication and time that I'm putting into this because I'm gonna be attaining to other things, and and that's why I feel like I exaggerate sometimes. Like I don't know exactly my exact debt, but I feel like I'm exaggerating because I haven't picked up a second job. I work at I'm not gonna say where I work at, but I work somewhere where we get paid decent. We get paid above minimum and everything. It's a good job for not having a degree, right? Or having any schooling. And I'm able to still get by, but I am living that paycheck to paycheck, like you said. It is gonna take a lot longer because I am paying my debt back, but it's gonna take a lot longer to even get out of this. And you know what's my biggest problem, LJ? That I try to live a lifestyle that I can't afford right now. I know it's a lot of people, but I also like the finer things. Like I didn't have to go get a $5,000 water machine, but I did. Why? Because I want 9.5, 6.5, 11.5 water. Like little stuff like that to where, and the saddest thing is too, LJ, is that I don't pay rent.
What?
That's the saddest part.
You still live at home?
My parents left me a house.
A paid for house?
No, they still handling it.
They handle the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you need to see me ASAP.
And that's why, and I get frustrated.
You're in a position right now that millions are not in.
I understand.
And you live in paycheck to, I want you to recognize this. You're living paycheck to paycheck with no rent or mortgage. That's a problem. And I have the answer. But you got to be unscared of knowing the total debt. That's what you got to be. You got to face that.
Yeah. But I've recognized that a lot of people would want to be in my position, and I'm blessed, to be where I'm at, not have a job, not paying nothing crazy.
Blessed.
Yeah, and I just paid my car off, in June, but it's just
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And that's why I get upset with myself sometimes too. And I feel like I'm hard on myself a lot too because I have it easy. I don't have a lot of priorities like other people do. But because I don't have those priorities, I'm spending dumb. I'm spending stupid now.
I can tell. Because what it is you're not recognizing that not having rent or mortgage, you're financially ahead of millions of people. Millions.
Yeah.
You don't really. I mean, this is how you got to look at it. Open up Google and type in total mortgage debt. It's in the trillions, right? That has nothing to do with you. That's none of your business. Who cares? That's for debt slaves. That's for debt slaves that believe you own a house, finance it for 30 years. That's their problem.
Right.
You need to come. You are right here. You just don't know that you're here. You just don't know it because you don't have anybody to ask. I guarantee you'll never find another channel like mine on YouTube ever that will give you the answer. Yeah. And I'm not even bragging. I'm just telling you something that it's true.
Yeah. And I've been, I've also been fortunate enough to grow up with parents that they don't know like the kind of, they don't look at credit or and the debt matrix the way you look at it, but they've always taught me if you can't pay it off in a month, don't even buy it. If you can't pay it off in a month, don't even buy it. So I always did have those values instilled in me, just the way they always told me, don't follow my steps, don't do this. They got out of their debt, their real, I mean, the smaller credit card debt. They got out of all of that, and now my dad's, he's one of those people that we're not, if it's not like something big, whether it be a house or a car or something, like we're not financing it. We're just straight cash. So I've been privileged to have parents that actually, they give me the knowledge too, but I have all this knowledge and I don't utilize it. I know that's my fault, but that's when I start getting frustrated with myself, and I'm like, what am I really doing? What am I doing spending all this money? I can't even afford to be eating out every day, but why do I do it? I don't have to, but I do it. It's just
You know why? You're in the debt matrix.
Yes.
Now you want me to show you the debt matrix?
Yes, please.
I can show it to you. You got a calculator on you?
Yes.
You got a calculator on you?
Yes.
All right. I want you to put in your savings that you might have in cash somewhere, bank account, whatever, right? Whatever you have, put in your savings.
Mm-hmm.
Minus whatever you think your total debt is. If somebody wrote you a check today to pay off all your debt, you type that in there and say minus that total debt and hit enter.
Okay.
Okay. Now don't tell me the number. Don't tell me the number. Just let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
That's how much money you have to buy everything in your life. Okay. Now let me show you the debt matrix. Look at the calculator.
Mm-hmm.
The space between the calculator and your brain is the debt matrix. For some reason, even though that calculator is showing you a negative number, you still think you can buy stuff. That's because you can't see negative numbers. I can. I believe the calculator. You obviously don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not just picking on you. That's millions of but also it must be that way because the economy could not exist without debt slaves. We need them. Right. I don't care if they finance cars and phones. Good. Congratulations. It makes my life easier. Yeah. It'll make your life easier.
So if you knowing what you know now, would you have even financed a house back in the day or a car back in the day? Or is there stuff that you still need to finance?
No, I would have if I knew what I'm telling you today. Mm-hmm. Well, you're in a different category because you already have a house given to you by your parents, right? So that's different. Okay, well, I mean, you're living for free or whatever, right? It's still a plus.
Yeah, it's a plus. We'll say that.
Okay. Now, if this would be my only focus at 27, getting totally out of debt and paying off a house, I would have financed the house only with the best mortgage in the United States of America, whatever that one is. I don't know. I would just go to the bank and say, which one is your best mortgage here in the United States of America? Mm-hmm. And then I would focus on paying off that house. And this is why. If you pay your house off, guess what? You never have rent and or mortgage again for the rest of your life.
Right.
There is no better investment than that. Yeah. There is. While millions of people are financing them for 30 years, calling themselves homeowners, it doesn't matter. The reason why they're doing that because they can't see negative numbers. Yeah. That's important. That's important for them to believe that. But for you, you will be a true homeowner.
Yeah. Well, eventually I eventually want to, go out there and search for where I want to.
Well, let me ask you something. Are both the houses paid off, or are they paying mortgages on both the houses? Do you know?
They have 3 homes, and they pay mortgage on every single home. I know.
Do you know how much they have left on the house that with you that you're in?
210,000. Yeah.
Do you know what type of mortgage they have? Don't say FHA.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. I would probably work if I was you at 27. I'd probably first get out of debt personally. I'm talking about personal debt only. Mm-hmm. I'm not against business debt. Okay. I want to make sure that's clear. I'm only talking about personal debt. I would get out of personal debt first, and then I would work out a deal with my parents to pay this house off and own it. And then the rest of your life, you can do as much podcasting as you wish because you don't have to worry about nothing. You know how good it feels to look in the mailbox and know there's not going to be a bill in there at all. Yeah. I'm not scared of the mailbox. Millions of people are. I don't care. Mostly it's just junk mail in there. You're in a very unique position, Chris. You are.
I understand that, LJ. I get that. That's why I need to have this conversation with you because to a lot of people, I told my cousin my situation or just how I've been feeling about the debt thing. She says, and I heard you even say this. She goes, bro, debt's part of life. Like, we're always going to be in debt. And at the moment when she told me that, it kind of made me feel better. I was like, okay, cool. You're right. You're right. Car, houses. If I ever get a house, it is going to be that, whatever. And when I was watching your videos, I think you said something like, don't ever let people tell you that. And I just snapped out of it. I'm like, yo, for real, I shouldn't. Like, it's not normal to be. I mean, it's normal, but it's not. It's not normal.
If it doesn't make mathematical sense, it's not normal. If it's in the negative, like if I did a video, I said, if they could print negative dollars, you would know everybody that's broke. If they forced everybody in debt to carry red negative dollars, like the green ones we have now represent positive dollars, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then say like they printed red negative dollars,
mm-hmm.
and they said, anybody in debt, we require you by law to carry these red dollars. You guys would be pouring out red dollars, leaking it in the streets, filling up your cars, garbage cans. It'd be everywhere. But then again, you would know everybody pretending to be rich. I can see everybody pretending to have money. It's so easy. I can just listen to the way they speak, how they talk. They don't know that I can hear them because they can't see negative numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't hear me. It's a whole different language. It's a superpower. It's a financial superpower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you come across? Well, we'll get back into the debt matrix, but how did you come across this, and how did you develop the term debt matrix?
Well, I was for 20 years, I was a computer engineer, a virtualization engineer. Okay. Nice car, Lexus, nice, fancy high-rise building place, whatever. Right. So I so-called reached this pinnacle, 6-figure earner, college educated, blockety blah bullshit.
High
right?
value man.
Oh, I don't know if I can cuss on your channel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And because it just makes me feel so stupid when I think about it. But here I'm this college educated, smart guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember looking, and I can't really explain this part, right? But I remember coming home one evening after work, because I used to live in Seattle. I live in South Carolina now. I came home, and I thought, I was sat in my Lexus, and I was like, am I going to do this for the rest of my life? Get off work, come to the gym, go home, do the same thing over and over and over and over again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah. I remember saying this to myself in the car. I was by myself. I was like, no, that can't be. I can't do this till like I'm 60, 70. And then I enjoy life. I was like, nah. And then I didn't think twice about it anymore, right? And then I went to go get a loan for something stupid. I don't know what I was getting it for. And I always had good credit, good job, good salary. So anytime I applied for a loan, I always got approved, no matter what. So I filled it out and wait to hear them back, right? But this time they denied me. Now I had good credit, long history in job, make over 6 figures, and they said no this time. And I was like, well, why are you guys telling me no? They said, well, your DTI, your debt to income ratio is too high. And I was like, oh, what's that? And then they send you this information on what it is and blah, blah, blah. But then I sat back and I was like, but wait a minute. I followed all the credit rules, make my payments on time, good job, never miss payments. But this time you guys are telling me no. I was like, wait a minute, something doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
By following the rules, it got me in that much debt. That's what I said to myself, but I didn't have nobody to ask. I was like, wait a minute. I followed all you guys' rules and I'm in this much debt and I reached this much debt. Now you're telling me no.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I went to research debt to income ratio. I was like, what does this mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of give you the basic explanation. If your debt to income ratio is this high, you make this much and you triple this. And I'm like, yeah, I get all that, but something still doesn't make sense,
mm-hmm.
right? And as I'm typing debt in Google, I came across Dave Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Ramsey basically said, take the math that we all learned take the arithmetic that we all learned in elementary school, apply it to your finances using these baby steps. That's what I hear, right? Because I was a computer. And I was like, no, it can't be that easy. No way. And then I did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
All I had to do was apply math to my finances. And then I was so excited. I was like, how come other people don't know this? Because it has to be that way, right? So then I took what Dave Ramsey taught me, right? And, Dave Ramsey is big on religion and stuff, right? So I said, well, if it's just math, what does religion have to do with it? Nothing. Absolutely. 1 + 1 = 2, no matter what religion you are. So I stripped that out.
Uh-huh.
And then when it's get to this baby step 4, he says, when you pay off all your debt, start putting 15% away for retirement, right? But then I said, wait a minute. But according to the laws of mathematics, if you put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal, you don't have 15% to put away anything anywhere. I said, that doesn't make sense. And I thought to myself, oh, that's business. Okay. That's why if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it's business.
Okay.
So I stripped that out. And so now I just brought it down here to the basics. And I didn't really understand the gift until like last month, the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That's the answer to everything. Because if people could see negative numbers psychologically, housing market, the housing debt wouldn't exist, credit card debt wouldn't exist, student loan debt wouldn't exist. Nobody would finance iPhones anymore. Nobody would finance TVs and refrigerators. That would all stop. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I just want to be on the correct side of it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's when I woke up. And I was like, man, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And here I am.
And so how long did it take you to get out the debt matrix?
It took me about 2 years, but I went hard though. Once I realized I was a slave, I moved out of my fancy high rise, moved into a room in my sister's house. I sold my Lexus, sold all my furniture, sold all my fancy stuff. I sold it and put it all to debt because I wanted to get out of debt fast. And this is what I was telling you. Right. Once I saw the real number, I realized if I don't pay this debt off, I'm going to be a slave until I'm dead if I don't do that. Once you realize that you're a debt slave, everything changes.
Yeah.
You're going to do whatever it takes to get out of debt ASAP. So that's what I did. Sold everything. And now I'm free.
That's not even bad. 2 years, so then after the 2 years pass and you're out of debt, how do you approach life now? Like even when you buy things, do you want a nice house now? Do you want or you just save and have the capital for it to buy it, or how do you go about it now?
Well, first of all, you got to realize the only way to buy a house is in cash. There is no other way to buy a house. Only debt slaves think there's another way to buy a house. There is no other way to buy a house. There's no way. That's impossible. So when people call themselves homeowners or they say they bought a house, you say, you got a mortgage? Yeah. You just don't say nothing else. You're just like, oh, okay, whatever. You just be quiet. You don't say anything because you're gonna lose friends and family because they're not gonna understand. So you just say, oh, okay, whatever. Congratulations. That's what you say. Congratulations.
And this is
so you buy tax liens, foreclosures, because debt slaves are always losing stuff, right? And you just there to pick it up because you got cash.
Okay.
You don't the sale price when you drive by a house and you see the sale price.
That's not
that doesn't apply to people with cash.
Yeah.
That's for people who finance homes.
Yeah.
Not for me. I don't care what the price of a house is. That's none of my business. Only when I sell, never when I buy.
Right now, when you were saying that people that you can't even tell certain people that that they're not real homeowners and stuff like that, it kind of gets into the whole the conspiracy side of things, right? As far as that people just believe that the bank owns your home for the most part.
That's not a conspiracy, though. You got to take that word out. It's a mathematical fact. See how you're saying it? When you do it this way, Chris, this is what I want you to concentrate on. If whatever you're saying is mathematically true, it's a fact. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. Just that takes practice because you're still in the debt matrix. So you still got it's like a drug addict coming off of drugs. You got to go through some withdrawals, right? Because you've been in it for a long time. So you got to learn a new language and say things, but don't ever always say mathematical facts so you can shut doubters up. Okay. You can't leave it open for opinion. As soon as you say conspiracy, they can put in opinions. But if you add the calculator, they can't.
Yeah. I think it was more so what I was trying to say was that people are under this illusion that, oh, we work so hard, and then you go and get this loan for a home, and then you get it, and then you think you own something, and you hear mortgage. And I love when you said, what's the difference between a homeowner and a renter? Is that the renter knows they're a renter, and the homeowner thinks that they own the home. Correct. So yeah, that's why I try to tie in like the conspiracy aspect of stuff, because people are just under that illusion that just going to work and being accepted for a loan is enough to make you a homeowner.
And that's important, Chris. It's important for them to believe that. That illusion, right? They don't lie to them. They say, hey, come get the American dream.
Yes.
In order to dream, you got to be asleep. They're not lying to anybody.
Sheesh.
It's not a trick. The banks are not tricking anybody. They're saying, you want to live the American dream? And the people say, yeah, I do. They say, okay, here's a 30-year mortgage. You're living the American dream.
Yeah.
They don't realize, wait a minute. Don't I got to be asleep to dream? They're going to say, well, yeah? Why are you bringing that up? Why you got to bring that up?
No, you're being too loud. No,
Yeah, shut up.
I feel
Keep it
that.
down.
I feel that, man. It just. How many? Do you know the percentage of people that actually end up owning their homes?
It's really low.
It's
that
low?
actually own homes.
Yeah.
It's really low. It's in a single percentage, probably singles,
So mortgages is basically
maybe doubles,
like the
maybe
number
low
one.
doubles.
So mortgages are basically like the number one thing that keep people in the debt matrix.
Oh yeah, without them, the housing market couldn't exist without people in the debt matrix.
Yeah.
If everybody woke up and realized they wasn't homeowners with 30-year mortgages, the housing market would crash. I don't want that.
Damn, man.
We need them.
Yeah.
We need that slaves.
That's. Damn. There's really.
I don't want everybody to
duality.
wake up.
As much as we do, we don't, huh? That's funny.
No, we do. It could not work if they knew. See how you see how I'm talking out loud with you on the mic? I'm telling you, Chris, they can't hear me.
Yeah.
Literally
They
cannot hear me. I might as well be going, that Charlie Brown teacher voice. Wah, 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 wah. I might as well be doing that.
Yeah.
And I love it though. I love it. I love that they can't hear me. Love it.
So you're not really against. You're not saying that you're against credit, then, right? It's just using it
No.
properly and smart.
Correct.
Okay.
It's a tool. It's a
Yes.
hammer.
Yes.
That's it. It's just a tool. You don't need it.
Yeah. See, I have an above 700 credit score too. But okay, when it comes to credit score, does it really? I've never like applied for a home loan or had a mortgage or something like that. So is my credit lower than someone that has the same credit limit, the same credit score, but just with a house mortgage? Is theirs worth more than mine, or how does credit really work like that?
Okay. Credit is a tool.
Correct.
There's nothing more. It's credit scores. That's how the banks reward debt slaves for staying in debt. Thank you for staying in debt. Here, I'm gonna reward you with a higher credit score. That's for debt slaves. Okay. Credit means absolutely nothing. Okay. But if you go in to get a home loan, right, with no debt and cash in the bank, they're going to run your credit and they're going to treat you with respect because you're going to walk into bank with no debt and money and real money. They're going to know, Chris knows that. So they're not going to they're not going to come to you with a subprime mortgage. They're not going to disrespect you that way because they know if they came to you with a subprime mortgage, you would just get up and leave the bank. How dare you insult me? Bye-bye. You would leave. So once they run your credit report and see no debt, you're going to get respect. They will know that you know. That's how I know other people like me. I just got to see your personal credit report. That's the only way I'm going to believe anything you say financially. I have to see your personal credit report. Show me yours and I'll show you mine. Because the reason why I have no problem showing mine, there's nothing on it. It's blank, except, one credit card that I use. I have one credit card. Anything else, nothing. So I don't care if people look at it. There's nothing on it.
Yeah.
That's how you recognize other people that understand money. They have no debt. Nothing's on their personal credit report.
So when you want something that is an X amount of dollars that you don't have the money for right now, is it as simple as just saving for what you want? Or do you go about it a different type of way?
Okay, so I'm gonna just tell you something. See how you're talking? You're speaking the language of debt. Okay, right? Hey, what do? You save the money, and if you really want something? No, when you have no debt, you always have money.
Okay. Yeah.
When you don't have any debt, you always have money.
Yeah,
you don't
that's true.
think about stuff like that. And anything that you want to buy, you buy half price from a debt slave. Unless you want something brand new. But if you don't want it brand new, you just let the debt slaves finance it till they get over their head, and then you come to say, hey, I'll give you half price for that, whatever, and then they'll take it because they have no money. You don't pay full price when you have no debt. You don't pay full price for everything anymore. Those days are done.
Yeah.
I don't pay full price for anything.
Yeah, so every time someone tries to negotiate with cash, they're like, "Oh, I have cash," and then people always, "Well, all right, well, I'll give it to you for this much," because they already have the money on them. Yeah,
correct. When I go get my truck fixed or something, they'll give me the bill and they'll say, hey, it's this much. I'll say, how much for cash? They'll go, oh, okay. Whatever they're doing, I don't care what they're doing. Here you go, $200-300 less because it's cash. The world you will live in, Chris, will be totally different. You will be the best podcaster on YouTube. you already have the passion. The main part you already have is the passion. You already got it.
Yeah. I know what I
now
want
you need
do.
this piece.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking dead. You don't know you're speaking dead, but these are great questions.
I am speaking.
Great question.
I like that you're pointing it out, though, for real, because you're making me realize that I'm way more deeper than what I thought I was. And that's okay.
You are.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying it like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start crying. Nah, I'm just damn, you're right.
Well, you think you are, but you're 27. You're not. You just think that. Okay, I promise you. I have clients that are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Hundreds of thousands. You got any student loan debt?
I don't.
Oh man, you are so ahead of the game, Chris. Oh my God.
I don't, man.
Oh, you were just right here.
I am.
Right?
I am.
You're like, you're in a room with no lights. You're going, hey. I hear a voice.
It's your voice. It's your voice. It's your voice.
You are so ahead of the game, Chris. Oh my God. No student loan debt.
No student loan, no mark, bro. That's what I'm saying. And then I make decent amount of money. I don't make the most money, but and it's just the fact that I just keep adding on to the credit cards, opening up new ones, adding on. And I can, right now I need to, in order to get my YouTube visuals how I want them, I need to get a laptop. $4,500 with that laptop's coming into me, and I haven't bought it because I'm not trying to.
Are you talking about a Mac?
Mm-hmm. But a fully loaded one, everything, like graphic cards, the highest graphic cards, the highest RAM, highest memory, all that. So for 45, brand new.
All right, this is okay. This is what you're doing, Chris.
That's slate talk, huh? That's slate talk.
No. Okay, this is for you. It's not. It sort of is, but sort of isn't. Okay, I'm not against business debt.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you are in debt.
Yes.
The business of Chris is in debt.
Yes.
The business of Chris is in debt, so you can't own a business outside of yourself because you don't even own yourself. But when you get out of personal debt, you're going to reorganize your business podcast the proper way. And you're going to go, this is how you would do it. You go to somebody that knows, a lawyer or somebody that knows how to license you right and make sure all the taxes are straight. You walk in and say, hey, are you debt free? Personally? If they say yes, okay, I'll do business with you. If you're not, I'm not doing business with you, especially when they got to do with money and taxes. They must be debt free personally to understand what we're talking about here. Because right now, you're mixing it right now. You're buying stuff with your money from your check for your business. You're swapping stuff. And when I hear you say, I'm a drop, like if you had no debt, and you said you were going to charge a $4,500 laptop for your business, that is totally different.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different because you wouldn't buy it as Chris. You would buy it as Chris podcast, blah, 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 the business name. That's different.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you wouldn't think when you get out of personal debt, you won't care what if it's the best equipment that's gonna make your business run the way you want it to run, you're gonna drop that money. Period, because you know you're gonna get it back. You already, but you're in personal debt, so you can't really see that right now.
It's foggy. It's foggy. Yeah.
It's foggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. Like I just, and like I said, sometimes I just think I'm exaggerating, bro, LJ, because it's not no crazy amount. It's less than 20,000 for sure. That's nothing.
Of your debt?
Yes, that's nothing.
Oh man.
And I know you probably that's why I told you this was gonna be a little bit different. I'm younger. I don't have a lot of life experience like that.
Well, what the scary part is right now, you don't know the exact number. Okay, you're guessing. You got that's step number one. You got to take the guesswork out of it, because once you know it, you don't have to do anything about it right at the moment. Just you're gonna see it, let it soak in. You got to understand, knowing that total. You're already doing something millions of people haven't done. But you don't realize you're taking these steps that millions of people are too scared to take. They don't want to know. Once you know, you're going to walk around because you can't unlearn it. Once you see this number, Chris, You're not going to be able to forget it. You're not going to wake up the next day and say, damn, what was that number? You're never going to forget it. Okay. You're never. And then you're going to do what it takes to get at. And that's what I do. People come to me at that point. Once they realize it, I say, here's the plan. Follow these steps. And then I go into their personal lives and I say, you can trim this. You don't have to pay that much for this no more. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. This is the way to get out of that. This is the way you can change that, get the exact same service, but do it this way. I just go through your whole life.
So okay, let's use me for an example. Can you kind of tell me what I should do first? What should someone do first if they realize the number?
First, you need to, if you got a Credit Karma and an Experian account, okay?
And a what account?
You log into Experian.
Experian?
Those are the 3 credit report agencies.
Okay.
The 3 main ones. The two of them are on Credit Karma, and Experian is by itself.
Okay.
You go log into, because they be putting some stuff over here and some stuff there, and it's mixing, and they do that on purpose to keep debt slaves confused and in debt. Okay, that's like a trick, a business trick or something. I don't know why they do that, but then you go through all those and then you find out all your bills and you add it all up. Usually when you log into your Credit Karma and your Experian, the number's usually right at the top. You don't really have to go deep into it. The number, and then make sure those numbers together, and then that's how much total debt you're in.
Right. And then so once you figure out that number and then someone comes to you and says, LJ, I need help. What's the first thing you kind of recommend after you've identified the number and they know the number?
What I do is go through their credit report personally.
Okay.
I go through it because I know what I'm looking for. I go through each credit report, get exact numbers, organize make sure I see what's all on the credit report, if they got collections, and then I just I put it on a spreadsheet to tell them how to handle all these things. And then I'll go through their personal life. See, if how much you're paying for your phone bill, electricity, internet, blah, 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 because there's different ways to get the same services for less money. Because once you're out of debt, you don't pay the same prices as debt slaves. You just don't do that. Everything's different.
Even for the internet bill and all that?
Yeah, even for the internet. You say, hey, can I pay this by the year? Yeah, you get a discount.
Oh, shit.
I pay anything that they offer me to pay by the year. That's what I do, because you have money to do that. It's always the cheapest. Always.
Oh, yeah. Damn. I'm definitely in the matrix, LJ. that matrix.
But you know you're in the debt matrix, Chris. You know that. That's big. I know you don't think it's big, but that's huge.
No.
That is huge.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't recognize how big it is because I realize it, but it's still, it just fucks with me. And I know it's like I need to stop just being a crybaby and go fucking fix it. And that's it. Just handle it. You'll be out of this shit in 2 years, if that. And that's it. But the fact that, like, even when it comes to being at work and picking up more hours to try to pay off the debt and stuff, it's just, I'm going to go home and pod. I got a pod today. I got this I'm going to do. So it's going to get taken care of, the minimum payment, but not the minimum. I'm very good at giving above, but the newer ones, the newer debt is definitely getting paid by the minimum payment. And that's what's really bugging me too. I'm so used to just paying everything off every month. And just building my credit that way. Because I started building my credit when I was, 16?
Why do you want to build your credit? Why do you want to do that?
I guess because I'm still under the illusion of having amazing credit score is the way to go, and that credit is everything. And
that's a trick.
I know it's a tool, like you said. I know it's a hammer, but I'm still living by society standards in that when it comes to that.
That's the debt matrix. That's the debt matrix. Yeah. You got to understand, no currency at all exists for debt slaves. Gold, silver, crypto, cash, nothing exists for slaves. They don't know that. Yeah. They don't know gold or crypto, whatever. No currency in any form exists for debt slaves. None. And I can prove it all on the calculator.
What do you mean that it don't exist for people?
Okay, I'll show you. All right. You remember that one we did earlier on your calculator? Your savings, right? Now imagine, and you put that back in the calculator. Put what we just did earlier, and don't tell me the result. We just know it's in the negative, but we're gonna switch a couple things.
Okay.
Now imagine your savings was the amount you had in gold. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now if we put the same calculation in does the number change on the bottom? The answer? If you had $5,000 worth of gold?
No.
Okay. Now pretend you had $5,000 worth of silver. Does the answer on the calculator change?
No.
Okay. What if you had $5,000 in cryptocurrency? Would the answer on the calculator change?
No.
Right. No currency exists for debt slaves. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't exist. Now, if you had $2,000 worth of gold in your hand, right, and you handed it to me, right, and just pretend you handed it to me, guess what I have? $2,000 in gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want no debt. So gold's real for me. But as soon as I hand it back to you, it disappears.
Damn.
You think you have it in your hand, but you really don't. The calculator says you don't have no gold in your hand.
So
you don't have no gold.
So they're only assets if you're debt free.
Correct. You can't own anything if you don't own yourself.
That's true,
That's
yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
According to the laws of mathematics, which is an exact science, says if you are in debt, you can't own anything because you don't own yourself. Nothing exists. Debt slaves don't know that. This is the world you live in, Chris.
So people that are still slaves to this debt matrix, can you talk about like their illusion towards cryptocurrency? Because I'm under that matrix as well, and I believe that I'm invested into it, but I also, it hits when you say you guys don't even own a full coin. You're really just trying to finance a coin.
Okay, put one in my hand first. Show me it. Put it in my hand. Let me see. You got one in your pocket?
No.
You got a crypto coin in your pocket?
Nah.
Let me see if I have one. No, I don't think they exist.
Yeah, physically, no.
Okay, how much did you invest in cryptocurrency?
Oh man, a few thousand, like 3,000, 4,000.
How much?
Like $4,000.
Okay, get your calculator out again. Put in 4,000 minus your total debt and hit equal.
Minus my total debt.
Okay, don't tell me the answer.
Okay.
Okay, just look at it. The reason why you believe you invested in cryptocurrency, because you can't see negative numbers. That's why you believe you invested in cryptocurrency.
But what if
that's why you believe that? That's the debt matrix.
I'm already talking. Now you're making me conscious of what I say, because I'm gonna say, well, what if? Okay, let's say hypothetically, that these coins next year are able to pay off my debt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
okay.
That's a good thing, right?
Get your calculator.
Okay.
Get your calculator again. That's how much money you have to pay off your debt. Right there. Right there. That's how much you have to pay off your debt. Next year or whatever Bitcoin gonna do, whatever it does, that's how much money you have to pay off your debt. Right there. You can't invest in Bitcoin with negative dollars. That's impossible. But for some reason, Chris believed he did. So you also gonna believe you're gonna pay it off with I don't know.
I mean, I've never been under the impression that I'm gonna own a full coin. Like, I'm not even invested into Bitcoin. I'm more so not even the altcoins, but I am in the Ethereum back in the day when it was low. So I did make money off a lot of these coins. Doge, I was invested before it became the hot topic of on social media, and the dog and go to the moon and all that. And but even then, like a lot of the coins that I was invested in, I didn't even pull when they made money, because I was still under this illusion that one day I'm gonna bank out. So I didn't even touch it or sell or nothing. I just left them in there. I'm not gonna touch this. I'm gonna see this in a few years. And that, to me, looking back, I should have pulled it and paid the debt off. But because I'm like, nah, in a year it might be even worth triple than what I'm gonna cash out on, and I messed up, because I could have definitely eliminated a quarter of my debt.
See how you. That's called slave splaining. Do you think that whole story, that's all made up in your head? None of what you just said exists.
Damn,
none of it.
That's true.
Because you didn't have the money to invest in the first place. So it doesn't exist. I could have did this. Could have tripled and this and
But what do you mean I didn't have the money to invest in the first place? Because I own.
You're in the negative.
Oh, okay.
You don't have no money.
Okay, yeah.
So you can't do that.
Okay.
So you don't have no money to invest in Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin doesn't exist.
But what if at the time when I did invest, I wasn't in debt?
Then you could.
Okay, because that's what I did. I wasn't in debt when I initially
You
invested.
had no debt when you invested in Bitcoin.
Okay, just a car payment.
Okay, then no.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you can't. I see how you say, "Oh, just the car payment." What? Just some debt?
Well, I guess because it's so regular and we're just so used to looking at it like it's a regular thing, part of our lives. I know as the
In the
Matrix. I
debt
know. I
matrix. In the
know.
debt matrix.
Now you're making
When
me
you
look at
put
it.
it this way, Chris, when you get out of debt, you're gonna play cryptocurrency very differently. Very differently.
Mm.
This is all you got to do, Chris. Anybody that's talking that claim this is what I want you to concentrate on this, Chris. Okay. Anybody claiming to be a crypto professional genius making all this money, this is what I want you to say to them. Are you making car payments? If they say yes, don't listen to them. And next person said, "Oh man, you take this," and they show you these fancy graphs on YouTube channels, and they make it look real fucking fancy too, right? And then you say, "Do you got student loan debt?" Yes. You just unsubscribe from them because you're wasting your time. They don't know what they're talking about. You can't invest in cryptocurrency with student loan debt. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Click buy, unsubscribe. They don't know what they're talking about. Anybody giving you cryptocurrency advice, you first ask them, "Is that a finance cell phone in your hand?" Yeah. Unsubscribe.
Oh, any advice at that? Any financial advice at that?
Anything financial, anything.
Yeah.
If they're making car payments, I just tune them out. Boop.
Damn.
Now listening to you,
LJ.
I don't never find when you get out of debt, you're gonna know never to finance things that go down in value at an interest rate that makes absolutely no sense. CNTS.
I'm cutting up all my cards today.
These crypto professionals, man, they be cracking me up. Oh, they crack me up when I go to these channels. They crack me up, man. I'll be like, man, look at all these debt slaves giving out financial advice to a coin that don't even exist. That's amazing. And they got books on it, and they got all this stuff. And hey, there was this Asian guy. He did the blockchain. I'm like, wow, you guys be coming up with some amazing stories. Wow, you got student loan debt? Yeah, that's why you believe all that. You got student loan debt older than your children? Oh, you want to tell me about Bitcoin? No, thank you.
Oh man, this Matrix is for real. For real.
I love it though. I could not be free without the debt matrix. Thank you, people that finance stuff.
I know, but when I go on the other side, then that's when I'll be like, oh, we need y'all. But right now I'm like, no, this is me. I need to get out of this because it's just. I guess it's the psychology aspect of being in debt to me, you know, because I have always known about, my parents always instilled that in me, like, don't get in debt, don't be debt free, be debt. If you have the money, buy it. If you have the money, buy it. But obviously I'm getting older, I'm becoming my own person, and then I am getting fooled, and I do want better things, and I want nicer things. I'm putting vacations on my card. I'm doing and now I'm at the point where I'm not, my checks every month, I get paid bi-weekly. So what I make a month it's all going back to me paying things off. And I'm only left with money to eat, money to put gas, money for my bills. But I mean, all that ends up leaving, and I'm living my paycheck to paycheck. And I'm obviously trying to do this, and I'm spending money on this and that and this. And now and I got to a point finally where it's eating me. Now I do feel like it's messing with me psychologically, and I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking I'm in a hole. And then when I seen Debt Matrix, I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm definitely part of that. I'm definitely in there. And
well, that's the debt matrix. I keep telling you, the space between your calculator and your brain. That's the debt matrix. That's where the banks set up shop. The banks put all their businesses in the debt matrix. That's where they set up shop. They say, yes, you can. Yeah. You can be a homeowner. Yes, you can. You can get that car you can't buy with cash. Yeah. Yes, you can. Yeah. Because you got to remember, too, debt slaves don't know this, okay? Debt slaves finance taxes.
We finance taxes?
I'm going to show you. Okay. So when they walk on a car lot to finance a car, because there's only one way to buy a car, that's cash. There is no other way to buy a car, okay?
Okay.
Since they don't have the money for the car, that's why they're financing it, because they don't have the money to buy it. Mm-hmm. Okay. And if they don't have the money to buy the car, guess what else they don't have money for? The taxes. Okay. So they wrap it up in one bundle so that the car and the taxes, they wrap it up in a bundle, and then put a bow called the interest rate on it, and then they finance it for 84 months. So debt slaves finance taxes too. When you go
Wow.
on a car lot and buy cash, you pay for the car and the taxes right there. Goodbye, we're done. See ya.
Right.
But they finance taxes. That's called phantom incomes. Debt slaves don't know about that. That's the debt matrix. We need that. That's important to finance taxes. Thank you. Thank you, debt slaves.
When did you decide that you wanted to voice your knowledge?
The more it kept coming to me in pieces, it still comes to me.
But how did they start? Oh, the pieces. I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna say that people start coming to you. You said the pieces.
No, pieces.
Okay.
The pieces start. The picture of the economy kept getting bigger and bigger. It's like, wait a minute. If I'm in debt, I can't put away money for retirement plans. No, you can't. No,
Ooh.
You can't put away. You can't get a match, a 401k if you have no money.
You said
wait a minute. Then I was like, then what about Roth IRAs? No, you can't do any of that. You have no money. None, zero. You can't save money on taxes, nothing.
Let's talk about that, LJ.
Okay.
IRAs and 401ks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the debt matrix, as you can tell so far. If you've been listening to the episode, I'm definitely in the debt matrix. So don't feel bad if you're on it too. But what do you say about 401ks and IRAs? Because I have both. Bad, huh? Bad? Nah?
Yeah, I'll show you. Bring up your calculator again. Is it still on the calculator?
Which number? The one from the...
Your savings minus debt. Put that number up there again and hit equal.
Yeah.
And let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
That's how much money you have to put in your 401k and your IRA. That's how much money you have to put away for your money to double and triple or whatever your job tell you it's going to do.
Yeah.
That's how much money you have for it to do.
Yeah.
So how much you earn it? Is it a big number? You have enough to retire? Does the calculator say you have enough to retire now?
No. Not
yet, huh? No. Because you can't. You can't do it. The calculator is saying you can't do it.
So right now, if I'm still in debt, I shouldn't even be bothering with an IRA or a 401k.
Oh, you say stop. You say stop all that. Done. Stop.
Damn. And I'm over here thinking that's so crazy true because like I'm just realizing the brainwash is just coming, like the way I've been brainwashed is just like running through my mind right now.
See, there you go, using those words again. You brainwashed. Well, is the calculator brainwashing you?
No, the way I've been brainwashed to believe that having these 401ks and these IRAs because that's the
debt matrix. That's
exactly
business.
That's what I'm saying because they're making me realize, when you're 60 you have all this money, but if I'm still in debt I don't got that money. And it's so simple, but I never even looked at it like that. I'm over here thinking like, I'm gonna be 60. If I am in debt, I'm gonna pay all this off. You know,
right?
I know
it's crazy. You mean 30? You 27, so 33 years from now, then you're gonna be able to really do whatever you want to do. They don't even make any sense. None, zero. It's just business, though. Once you get out of the debt matrix, you're gonna go, oh, that's why they do that.
Yeah.
That's why they say that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they say they can save taxes on that. Oh, that's why, because taxes are not bad and evil and mean, and that's a lie. That's a trick.
Okay.
Taxes can help you build wealth. They don't keep you down. That's a trick. That's not true. Taxes help you build wealth. That's why you don't do tax evasion and all that other stuff. That's for people that don't understand the rules. That's why they're cheating, because they don't understand the rules.
Can you expand on that it helps you create wealth?
Well, that's you. The only way you can ever understand that, you have to be out of debt, else you'll never be able to see what I'm talking about. But when you get out of the debt matrix, you'll see why. Because you ever wonder why you can go to prison for 20 years for tax evasion? You didn't kill nobody, stab nobody, you didn't take nobody's life. But why you got to go to 20 years in prison for tax evasion? Because it's the backbone of the whole economy. None of this would work if they didn't force everybody to play.
Yeah.
They had that. That's why you have to pay that. They have to force everybody to play. If they stopped and said, hey, everybody can voluntarily pay their taxes now, you think people would pay their taxes? They wouldn't pay their taxes.
No.
But once you understand it, you get out of debt, you're like, oh, That's why that penalty is so severe. That's why. And then you just don't do it ever.
Damn, LJ, you're fucking
And then
me
you
up.
find a debt when you get your business going, you find a debt-free tax person. You walk into their office, say, "Are you personally debt-free?" If they say yes, you say, "Good." Then it means you understand the rules. Here's my stuff. Call me when you're done. Bye. Because they immediately understand the rule. People that are debt-free that do your business taxes, they know something different than people that are in debt that do business taxes and personal taxes, whatever taxes. Period.
Yeah. Man, LJ, there's a lot to unpack in this one. You're making me reflect on my choices, and that's a good thing. But I'm just really thinking. I'm over here thinking I'm woke and I'm doing the right thing and I'm trying to stay ahead. And it's just like, bro.
No, you are. You are. You're just missing pieces. That's all. You're way woke. Believe that. You are way woke. Okay. Because I watched some of your stuff. I'm like, damn, this dude knows. Okay. He knows. I know a lot of people. I'm sure people talking like, "Oh, this dude's crazy."
Yeah.
No, he's not crazy. He's not crazy. Right? You're just missing this piece. That's it.
And I think because I also look at it like money isn't a thing, money isn't real, and getting back into like the you know you don't like the word, but I'm saying the conspiracy stuff because that's a category. So over here we preach more. They preach about the banks own everyone, they own the mortgage, and that's true. They own.
It's true.
Yeah, so I
They run
understand
everything.
that. So I think when I think about just like you say, I'm woke, but I'm over here thinking, okay, just keep utilizing fake money because all this don't even matter at the end of the day. But it is a game that's being played, and I have to just play it better than a lot of other people. And I think that's where I'm messing up too.
You just got to understand the rules, right?
Okay, there you go.
Here, let me show you. Let me give an example of how the banks run everything. And it's not a big deal. I don't care if they run everything, whatever.
Right.
I don't care, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if all the banks decided to cut off everybody's credit cards?
Oh,
what do you think would happen to the economy if they did that?
Now that goes down.
The whole economy, the businesses would crash.
Yeah.
Nobody could buy anything because you got to remember, debt slaves have no money. So right there should show you that the banks run everything.
Mm-hmm.
People could not survive if credit cards didn't exist.
Yeah.
All right. So that right there tells you that the banks control everything. That's clear. That's clear. I understand the rules.
Yeah.
I get it. Right.
Yeah.
I only involve the bank when I need for business. Okay. All right. I want to do business. I want to maybe get this building. I'll get a business loan or whatever. Right. Whatever. Right. I get it. But I'm going to pay it off and I'm going to own it.
Mm.
That's how the bank, as long as when you get out of debt, you're going to clearly see that the banks run everything for sure.
Yeah. Like I understand that even now, but man, even when I thought I was getting ahead and for my future, you ain't getting ahead. You're ahead. You're ahead, and I am implementing certain things to in my head keep me ahead. But if you're not out of debt, you're not really getting ahead, and that's what you're making me realize right now that. All the like you said earlier, I'm how do you say I'm slave-splaining this, and it's true. That's what I'm saying. Like now, I'm gonna ask you a question, but then I'm thinking, nah, it goes back to the same thing. I'm in debt. I'm in this matrix, and I'm not looking at it from your perspective.
But what you're trying to do is what you're trying to do is trying to get around math. That's why I keep bringing you back to the calculator because there is no way around math. But you're just doing what everybody in the debt matrix they always say the same thing. What if I took this money, invested in Bitcoin, flipped it, and then I paid off my debt? What about then? What if I take the money that I earned over here and then I paid off my student loan debt with it? They always say the same thing. It doesn't mean anything. Whatever you could say, whatever you want to say. It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change the calculator.
Yeah.
They all say the same thing. They do. They don't know that. They don't know they say the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I will only say that, like you're asking me the question, but I don't go out into public and say, hey, man, you really don't own that car. No, if you believe you own the car, you making payments, you just believe you own the car. Think about it. People that finance Teslas, they really believe they're saving money on gas.
Why?
They really believe that.
Why do you say that?
Huh?
Why do you say that?
All they have to do is open up their calculator, put in their car payment minus their car balance and hit equal. That's how much money they're saving on gas.
But they don't need gas. So what do you mean?
If they open up their calculator and put in their car payment minus their car balance. So say like their car payment was $500.
Mm-hmm.
and their car balance was 20,000 that they owed. And then you hit equal on the calculator. That's negative
Oh,
$19,500.
okay.
That's how much money you're saving on gas. Negative. Nobody saves money on gas on a finance car. That's impossible.
Sheesh.
And you know what else they're wasting in time? They're wasting debt slaves. And I don't mean to go off with the electric cars because I know there's a lot of them in Tesla, like everybody in California, like everybody's rich or something, right? They'll go and spend an hour at a charging station to charge your car. That's like when I had somebody like that, I said, tell me this. What if you had to pull up to a gas station with a regular gas car? Would you wait an hour to pump your gas? They go,
No.
no. Then why would you do it for a finance car or electric car? They go, I don't know, because the car owns you. That's why.
Propaganda is
If
crazy,
when
bro.
I buy a Tesla, I'm gonna have a supercharging station built into my house. I'm not gonna be sitting I'm not gonna be waiting in line first and then go wait in a longer. Oh no, I'm not doing none of that. Your time will become right now. You don't realize time is the most valuable thing on earth, right?
Okay.
Because you're in debt, because you don't own the time in your life.
Yes.
Once you get out of debt, that comes to the forefront, Chris. You won't let anybody waste your time. They're going to think you're an asshole because you're like, hey, the podcast starts at 3 and these guys show up at 3:10 and they start disrespecting your time. You're going to say, nope, sorry, you can't come on my show. So, oh man, I was just 10 minutes late. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're not going to mess around with that. You're not going to let anybody waste your time. When you show up for meetings, lunchtime, and they just show up, oh, it's not a big deal. They're showing you how they respect their own time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. LJ, how much do you charge?
We can talk offline. We'll talk offline.
And I'm definitely tapping in with you. I'm serious because I think also just me personally speaking for myself, I do need someone not hold me accountable, but I do need someone like for certain things that are out of my field. Like it's nothing crazy. Like now what you're telling me is like, okay, cool. Calculate the number, and then obviously just start paying off the debt. You know, do things to pay off the debt. But this is your field. This is what you specialize
Well,
in.
for you, with your age and what you've told me, I wouldn't charge you what I normally charge because you're not. I can tell by the way you're talking to me. You think you have a lot of stuff, but you don't have a lot of stuff. You know, you don't. So I wouldn't
Bro.
charge that.
I
I wouldn't
don't.
do that.
But
You
like,
don't.
I just never. I guess you're even right too. Like what you said about the business stuff, because I think that's the biggest thing right now to me too. That I just recently got a bunch of equipment, and everything, and now I still need more equipment, but I still have to spend a few more racks, and it's just like I don't know if I could do it. I'm already pushing it.
Well, the lucky thing about you, Chris, you already have your passion before getting out of debt. I didn't have this passion. I didn't say, hey, I'm gonna get out of debt and then I'm gonna go on YouTube and then it didn't happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen nowhere near that, right? It just happened progressively. I got out of debt because I still worked one more year after I got out of debt, and I noticed my job changed totally. I felt like I was trapped. Traffic started to irritate me going to work and coming home from work. It started to really bother me to go to lunch and then have to come back to work. That really bothered me. And I started noticing jobs were asking me to do stuff off the clock, you know, but you don't say anything because you don't want to upset the manager or stuff. But when I got out of debt, I didn't allow any of that. First of all, I recognized all that stuff. I said, wait a minute. I'm not getting paid for that. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of them were shocked when I would say no. I'd be like, are you paying me for that? No, then no.
And
You can't call me anytime because when you're a computer engineer, they pay for your phone, right? About 80% of your phone bill. When I was in debt, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting up, man. They're paying 80% of my phone bill. Yeah. But they were calling me anytime they wished.
Yeah.
Anytime they wished. And then I thought, after I got out of debt, I said, wait a minute. If you're paying me a salary for 40 hours a week, but you can call me anytime you wish, that means you own 24 hours of my life, but only paying me for 40 hours a week. And I was like, that stops. No, you can't do that. And then I ended up quitting. I made $160,000 a year. I said, I quit.
Damn,
sure
LJ.
did. Quit. See ya.
So you don't work anymore? You just resort to living your life to the fullest?
doing what I'm doing right now with you.
Nice.
I had no plan. They said, "What are you gonna do, LJ?" I said, "I don't know." They thought I was crazy.
Did you also have a lot of money savings?
Yeah, I had savings.
Okay,
I'm
before
sorry.
you
Yeah, I
quit?
did have savings. Once you get out of debt, your money and your bank account is going to stack so fast, your head's going to spin. You're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Because your check is going to go into your savings account and it's going to sit there because you have no payments.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like, wait, wow, I don't have to pay anything? Nope, sure don't.
Damn. It sounds so unreal, but it's not. It sounds so unobtainable, but it's literally right there. And it just takes sacrifice.
You know what sounds
and
unreal to
discipline.
me? You know what sounds unreal to me, Chris?
That Bitcoin's gonna
No
flip.
rent.
Oh,
That sounds unreal to me. No rent. That sounds amazing. Oh my God. And what I said was astounding. You're like, oh my God, that sounds. Now I want you to do this, Chris. Go out in the streets and say, guess what, everybody? I don't have any rent or mortgage. See how many you probably get in a fight.
Yeah, at work it'd be the funniest because they'd be like, "You live alone?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Well, how much you pay? You don't pay rent or anything?" I'm like, "No." How does that happen? And I'm like, "Oh, my parents left me at home." Oh, must be nice. You don't even have to be here full time if you didn't want to. It's just like, damn.
Right? That's jealousy. You can't. Once you get out of debt, you have to be quiet though. You can't talk to people like that because they're gonna get jealous and mad at you and all this other stuff. You just got to say, "Oh yeah, okay. Hey man, check out my new car." You know, employees always do this. They get a job and they go finance a brand new car. And then they roll it up to the job, and everybody's like, "Oh, dude must make some money. Look at it. Is he making car payments? Yeah, he don't got no money."
That's the realest shit ever, LJ.
Yeah.
Family, friends, they get a new job. I'm gonna show off my new status, my new level of income,
Yes.
and they pull up with a nice car. But do you own it? No.
No. You know what they don't know what they're saying because they're debt slaves.
What?
If you roll up to your job with a brand new finance car, the boss knows you're not going anywhere anytime soon for at least 5 years.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
fact.
And even earlier when you were saying how people like just people are a lot of people are scared to lose their jobs, or I'm scared to lose my job too because we can't even pay the debt off anymore. We're like literally there because, and I've had those same thoughts because I was injured at the beginning of the year, right? I was on EDD because I was on my sciatica messed up. I couldn't walk or anything like that. So then for 6 months, I missed the first 6 months of work. And when I returned back, I was not feeling it. I wasn't even like mad at people. I just got so used to doing things at my time, on my time. And the podcast it didn't blow up, but it started doing numbers the 6 months that I was not going to work, getting a check, getting $100 less, you know. The EDD, everything was going into here. All my attention was going into building this. That when I went back, I really wanted to quit. And in my mind, it's so sad that I just everything that was just playing in my mind is you got bills, bro. Who gonna pay this? Who gonna pay that? Mom and dad ain't gonna bail you out. Like who gonna do it? and it just that thought, I would get like just not even depressed, but I would get sad being at work and people. And I remember when my coworker came up to me like a few days after I got back, and he goes, "Damn, bro, you look miserable." And I said. And I wasn't even like mad or nothing. I'm like, why? What makes you say that? He goes, bro, you do not want to be here. He's like, you have so much fun when you weren't here. And I'm
know what you got, Chris? You got a taste. You got a taste of what it's like. That's what it is. Okay.
Yes.
Now, had you gone 6 more months, you wouldn't have went back. You would have figured out something else. I didn't know that. What you're experiencing now, I didn't know that until when I first quit my job. Everybody thought I was crazy. Oh my God, you've been there for 20, you know, your career is 20 years, you're making you quit a 6-figure job, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So the first month or two, I was going through withdrawals. Oh my God, I haven't been at work for a while, I'm gonna lose my skills and blah, blah, blah. 6 months, it started calming down. Once I reached the year mark, I stripped myself of that program because that's a program, right?
Yeah.
There's 7 days in a week.
Yes.
Your employer owns 5 of those days.
Yes, correct.
That should tell you right there, you obviously don't own the time in your life. By default, there's 7 days a week, your employer owns 5. Yeah. Right there should tell you don't own the time in your life. That's a problem. And once you get out of debt, you're going to realize Saturday and Sunday are not specials. They're not special. They're now different than Mondays. Monday's not bad. Tuesday's not. They're just days of the week.
Yeah.
You're going to realize that. And then And then once you get out of it, you're going to start losing track of time, because right now, if you're always looking at the clock, because the clock owns you. That's why you're always looking at the clock. I don't never know what time it is unless I got something scheduled, like today. Okay, I got to pay attention to the clock because I got to be on with Chris. But after we're over, I don't look at the clock anymore for the rest of the day. Why? There's no reason. I don't need it.
You're on your time. I love it.
I'm on my time.
I love it.
You're going to own your time, Chris. I keep telling you, you're already ahead of the game because you already have found your passion. I found my passion after. You have it now, but you have debt in your way, messing your stuff up.
Yes.
Once that is moved, you're going to be full force to your podcast. You're going to get all the best equipment. Whatever you need, you're going to do it because you know where it's going to take you. You already know.
Can you describe the feeling that you had when that debt hit zero?
A big, huge weight got lifted off my shoulder.
Like instantly.
An unexplainable feeling.
Yeah.
But it wasn't instantly because I had to I still had to realize what zero meant. I didn't immediately know I was a debt slave that whole time, right? I started really noticing when my job didn't mean that much to me. I wasn't doing bad. I wasn't going to job not performing my duties, but I wasn't giving them extra outside the business. You're not paying me for that. I'm not doing that, And then I started noticing, I was trying to tell my friends, they just wasn't listening. Mm-hmm. And I noticed I didn't have any more stress. Stress was gone. No more stress. While all my friends, you ask the average person right now, hey man, how you doing? Oh man, I'm stressed. They all say the same thing. Oh man, I'm stressed. Oh man, I'm stressed. They don't know what they're saying. And then when you say, well, I don't have any, they're like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
Everybody has. No, I don't. I keep telling you, I sleep like a baby. Sleep is important. I sleep 8 to 10 hours because I want to. Yeah. Your body needs it. It helps you think better. It helps you come up with better ideas for your show because we need sleep.
Yeah.
But the debt society makes you look like sleep's for losers.
Sleep is the
you're
cousin of death.
Lazy and blah, 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 all that stuff. No, that's not true. You wish you could do that.
Yeah. They always say sleep is a cousin of death. I know.
The feeling is just the best way I can describe this, Chris. And you can't know the feeling until you pay off your debt. It's impossible, right? It lifts off your shoulders. You can do anything.
Now,
there's no limit.
And once you reach that goal, right? Because that was your goal for the 2 years, trying to get rid of this debt. Once you reach that goal, what did you tell yourself, okay, what's next? What I want to do now? Or did it take you a while to figure out that you wanted to start putting out this knowledge and information? Or
I just started going with what I feel.
Okay.
Because I didn't have no playbook, right? I just like, man, this feeling's amazing. Let me just talk about it. That's what I did. So for the first year on my channel, I was talking to myself. Nobody was coming on my channel. I was doing lives and videos. Nobody was coming on. Maybe one person will pop in and then leave.
Yeah.
And then I said, fuck it. I'm going to keep going. Because a few of the times I just wanted to quit. Ain't nobody listening. Nobody really cares about being in debt. I'm sure you experience it with your 100%. Videos. People act like they don't care. Yeah. It was worse with debt. But I said, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to reach some people that it's going to connect with because it's just math. I know I'm not wrong. The calculator says I'm not wrong. And then I just kept going and just kept building and building and building.
Yeah.
And then I'm changing people's lives every day.
That's amazing, man. Did you hate your job or you didn't? Or you just hated the fact that you were on someone else's time? I
love my job. I'm not going to say I like my job a lot.
You like what you do.
It was a wonderful place. Wonderful people to work with. The company itself was Alaska Airlines in Seattle, Washington. Alaska Airlines. And it was a wonderful place to work. But for some reason, when you become free, when I would go to the job, I would pull into the parking lot and I would look at the building and I'd say, I got to be in there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And first, I would have to come there in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So spend an hour in my car, 30, 45 minutes to an hour in my car, not paid, spend 8 hours in the building, and then another hour and something out of traffic afterwards, repeat that cycle over and over and over again. I said, nah.
Yeah.
Something in my body was feeling like I feel like a trapped animal. And then I said, something just told me, said, man, you got to quit. And then what was going through my head, I was like, I can't quit. And then something said, you got no debt. You can quit.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he's like, it was almost something like talking to me. You have no debt and you got money in the bank. You can quit.
Yeah.
And I said, if this whole thing, well, what am I going to do? This is all I know. This is all I know to do. It said, don't worry about all that. Just quit.
That was still that debt matrix playing that was programmed in.
Correct. That was the program playing in my head. The fear. The fear is called false evidence appearing real. That's what fear stands for.
False evidence appearing real.
Appearing real. Exactly. Fear's not real.
Fear really is the biggest thing that gets in the way too of a lot of people.
It's a trick.
It's a trick.
It's a trick by the debt matrix.
For sure.
That's a trick. Keep slaves in debt.
For sure. And the debt matrix is one type of matrix, but then you also escape the matrix of clocking in and clocking out. You know, that's a whole different.
That's still the debt matrix. Because if you're working at a place you don't like,
you're right.
You're there because you're in debt. Because I'm not saying people like that are not in debt don't have jobs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying people that are not in debt don't work at places they don't like. They don't tolerate disrespect. They don't tolerate a job trying to expect them to work. Like if you go get a job, like something for, especially you youngsters, man, you come to these certain jobs, they be like, oh yeah, we got required overtime. I say, really? Bye. Thank you for telling me I'm not working here.
We got required overtime.
And then when you go to an interview, you're kind of nervous. Oh my God, I really hope they get. You don't walk into interviews like that. You say, if the manager's there and it's usually a couple of regular workers in there, when you come into the interview, you'll say, how do you like your manager? In front of the manager, you'll say, how do you like your manager?
Yeah.
Now, they're not going to answer the correct answer because that's their manager. I'm looking for their initial facial response.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. And when you're in an interview, they'll know that you are different because you're going to come in there different.
Yeah. That's a fact.
And have you noticed like jobs, they ask to see your credit report now? Have you noticed that? Some jobs do that, and this is just my opinion because I don't know, right? But it just makes sense to me. I think they run your credit report to see how much debt you're in. And if they see you're in deep debt, they know what salary to come to the table for you with because they know you're going to take it because you have to. Because if you got a job and you have no debt, you walk in with your salary requirements. You're going to say, yeah, I don't really care about you guys' scale or anything like that. This is my requirement. Period.
Yeah.
We can't meet that. Okay, it was nice meeting you. Thank you for the interview. Bye.
Yeah. Just the leverage you hold when you don't have any debt. I never even looked at it like that.
Yeah, your whole life changes. You won't date anybody, even outside of finance. You won't date anybody that's in debt.
Sheesh.
You won't care what she looked like. Say like you were out just looking, you saw this fine ass girl, right?
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, look at her body. It's this and that. And then you find out she got $100,000 in student loan debt.
No, sir.
You're gonna say, what are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, what are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, and she's gonna say, if she says something like, I don't know, you say, it was nice knowing you. See you later.
Go find you a different high value man.
I'm not the guy. I own myself. Thank you. Exactly. Your confidence is gonna go through the roof.
Yeah.
They're going to feel your energy when you walk in a room. They're going to just like, that dude's different because you're going to have no stress.
Yeah.
Your face is going to stay clear. You're not going to get wrinkles. You're going to be, no stress.
I'm so dead, LJ. I'm so glad I'm having this conversation with you because even before we started the episode, in my mind, when I first lined it up with you and I'm, last week and then till this day, I'm in my head just thinking like, man, I have to, like, what is he gonna tell me? I know he's gonna be hard on me. But I was expecting it too, and I'm glad that you didn't hold off for the most part, telling me, yeah, you sound like a slave. You're slave explaining. You're doing all this, and but I needed to have this conversation with you just because now I'm looking at it differently. Like you keep saying like you're okay, you're ahead of the game. Like yeah, you got little things you gotta fix, but relax, like chill out. And I would hear and it's making me. Like, be like, okay, cool. I can handle this. I can do this. I have you. I'm talking to you. If I do link with you after this, you're going to guide me the right direction. You're going to recommend me the right things.
Guaranteed.
So I'm just, I feel like I've already, you said, you lose the weight off your shoulders. I feel like a pound got taken off, where it's like, okay, cool. This ain't going to be forever. I just got to be serious about it and be willing to sacrifice even certain spending habits and, maybe not going crazy like I usually go crazy. I stopped smoking weed too for a reason. Like, I was spending
Why?
too much,
Why you stop smoking weed?
I was spending too much money on weed.
Oh, okay. Because you're spending money.
Yeah,
Okay. No, because
yeah.
weed helps.
No,
it helps. But when you're in debt, it's not going to enhance. It'll once you get out of debt, it's going to help you more.
Okay. Wow.
Okay?
I didn't even look at it like that.
Right now, you're programmed in the debt matrix, so it's not going to help you. It helps you think differently. I look at weed like this: it calms the conditioning of the debt matrix.
Wow.
It calms it.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that when you smoke, it calms it. It calms the noise. Okay.
It's playing out in my mind.
Because people in the debt matrix think, oh, you weed head, you're such a, no, you don't understand. You don't get it. I don't care if you don't get it.
Yeah.
That's your problem. You're like people in debt trying to tell you something about something else that doesn't make any sense. They don't listen to people that don't own themselves. Never, ever listen to them. And it calms the debt. And when you completely out of debt and you smoke, the ideas are going to come to your mind in a very different way.
That's crazy, LJ, because when I smoke, and since I am in debt, and when I do smoke, I'm always thinking about the I think more about the debt that I'm in. I think more about how am I gonna, like, should I go pick up another? I'm just creating a whole bunch of circles in my head because of the weed that's making me paranoid a little bit about this debt and think about it. And I've never even.
No, that's your awareness talking to you.
Okay.
It's coming to you and say, hey, Chris, what are you gonna do about this debt, man?
Yeah.
You know it's there.
Yeah.
You know it's there. Stop pretending that it's not there, Chris. It's gonna keep saying it until you do something about it. That's why it's there. But we always ignore it, right? We put it this way. Okay. This is what I want you to look at. This is how I want you to look at, because thought is a vibration.
Okay.
Okay. So let me give an example of it. Say car in your mind. Okay. Now prove it to me that you said it. Prove it. I don't believe you said it. You didn't really say it.
You can't prove it.
But you did say it, though. You did say it.
Yeah.
But so think of that as that consciousness voice talking to you. Hey, Chris, what about this? Oh, you can pretend I'm not here, but I'm going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep telling you until you do something about it. And then once you do something about it, it's going to show you something else. But first, you got to put in the work. It says, first, you must own yourself. If you want whatever you're asking for the universe for right now, first you must show the universe that you're serious by first owning yourself. It's not going to give you anything until you do this work first.
Right.
It'll show you. It's showing you right now. Hey, look, Chris, I got you a mic. I got you some stuff to get you on the internet. You can see I'm doing my part. Are you going to do your part, Chris?
Yeah.
You got to put in the work.
Never looked at it like that.
And then once you own yourself, you can say, look, universe, I put in the work, because a lot of people are not going to do it.
Yeah, because I've noticed that when I do smoke. And I've never even, now that I'm thinking about it, I've never smoked when I haven't been in debt or haven't no money. Damn, LJ, like, you're really making me think, because I stopped smoking because I was spending $300-$400 a month on some weed. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, for what? That's a whole carpet.
Once you get out of debt, you want to spend $300-$400 a week, spend $300-$400 a week on it. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Exactly.
Once you get out of debt, you can smoke as much as you want, because it's not. I guarantee you, even if you smoked, it's definitely not going to it's not going to stop you from podcasting. You probably podcast even more.
I don't. I'm not a productive stoner. I'm not.
I can talk, but I can't do like physical work. I wouldn't.
Right. Yeah. I could talk too, but I talk more chill and more just long pauses. I really,
you know what you should do? This is what you should do. One day when you smoke, pretend like you're talking on the mic, but talking to a recorder. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Record yourself, and then when you come off your high, then listen to yourself. Okay. Because a lot of ideas come during those times.
Yeah.
A lot of ideas, but you got to record them. So when you're not high, then you can listen to them and you be like, oh, damn. Okay. Because really that person talking is the person that you're going to become.
Ooh, that's a bar.
That's who you're becoming.
Okay.
You're just too nervous to become that person. Oh man, if I talk like that, people are going to think, oh, they're going to notice that I'm high. That's just that paranoia stuff, right?
Yeah.
You got to get over that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about that. It's just you're becoming that person, and then you'll slowly mend to that person. And I'm not saying that you're going to need weed.
Yeah,
it just helps. It helps. And then you're going to get to a certain point. You'll be like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I know that. Okay, cool. That's the person. And then you're going to become into this person, Chris, that you, whatever this is going to become of with your podcast now, you're going to become that.
That's what I do with when I do shrooms. I record myself, and I go back and I listen. Because I'm saying I'm like, I get astrological with it. I'm over
right. I get it.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. You don't even have to explain it. I know.
Yeah. So I listen back and I'm just like, yo, that was bars. I never think like this when I'm just not on shrooms. And
because once you hear it, and then when you're not on shrooms and you hear it, now you know it.
Yes.
Right. So now you know it. So now you won't have to be high to know that thing no more. Now you know it without being high.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then it's going to get closer and closer and closer. And then you're going to become this Chris that's talking to you, that's bugging you. Hey man, pay that debt.
Yeah.
Pay off that debt.
I feel that. This podcast started after my mushroom trip.
How long this podcast, how long you had it?
This one has been since last year. This is my second. I have two podcasts. Okay. I started 2017 with my other one, and then this 2020 happened, pandemic happened, and then I kind of towards the end of my last podcast, I was getting more into my conspiracy stuff and just the truth telling and the politics and all that. So I ended it because I had like 2 months still worth of booked of guests. And then the pandemic happened, so no one wanted to go to people's houses. So I ended up ending the season. I did a mushroom trip in June. Was in Big Bear in the mountains and nature, and it was just my higher self just told me like, no, you want to pod, like you love doing this, like do it, like this is what you want to do with your life, just go and handle it. It was like it pushed me to like off the cliff, like you got it, bro. Stop thinking about it, stop overthinking about it, just go and do it. So I started CHRISPIRACY. And I started talking about all the stuff that I'm talking about now. And I started building this studio up because I realized, no, this is what I really want to do. I want to build my studio up. I already had a different setup before. Then I ended up getting all new mics, I have a little section right here for the audio guy. It's a whole thing now. It's like I'm living in it. I'm living in this podcaster life now. And so yeah, this one started last year, July 2020. I've been doing it for a year already.
Yeah, we were supposed to meet. We were definitely supposed to meet, Chris. Most definitely. Because and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm the missing piece that you're looking for.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not even bragging. I mean, you can go back and watch my videos. You see how many videos I got up there, right?
I've been watching them.
There's nobody like me on YouTube. Nobody.
I like people that have your type of approach. I love authentic people that I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to cupcake it and make you feel better. I'm explaining to you my situation. You're like, bro, you sound like you're talking like a slave. Like I appreciate that because you're not trying to sugarcoat it or make me. Right. So thank you, LJ. I really do appreciate that, for real.
You're welcome, man. You are, and I can see where you're already going. That's why I'm eager to help you because you already have it. The passion's in you. It's clear. It's clear. You're just watching your stuff. You don't really care about what other people think. This is what it is. And when you get out of debt, let me tell you something. When you get out of debt, you are going to see politics, all this stuff that you think you see because the way the news says it. Once you get out of debt, you're going to see everything totally different. You're going to see the purpose of everything.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be like, oh, that's why the government is structured this way. This is why there's mayors and judges and this. Got it. You'll see it all.
Damn.
And you'll just be amazed. Then you'll know, damn, hands off to the person who created it. Hands off. Hands together.
For real though. No.
Congratulations.
It's perfectly designed.
Whoever designed this economy. Yes. Congratulations.
Well, was it
it's beautiful.
Well, would it be like in 1913 when the federal banks came in, or even before that? It was been this before that.
Put it this way: what I teach and show you, it won't matter what the economy's doing.
Okay.
Because you don't pay attention. You pay attention to the debt slaves. You pay attention to what they do. I don't really like when something comes on the news or there's an article. There's two ways to read it: like a debt slave. and like a non-debt slave, because they tell you things in there that what's going on. So say, like, for example, they moved the student loan debt payments till January of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
What that tells me is that now debt slaves are going to be investing in cryptocurrency more because they're going to think they have more money now because they have no payments.
Wow.
Because they think they're going to, oh, wow, now I have money. Now I'm going to invest in, then I'm going to flip, just like you were talking earlier. I'm going to invest in Bitcoin, then I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to take it and pay off. Sure, you are, debt slave. Sure, you are. No, you're not. You're not. But they already know that.
Yeah. It's the same with the stimulus check. When everyone got it, they put it back into the stock market, into crypto.
Right. Look at the name. Stimulus check. Stimulate the economy. They're not hiding anything. They're not hiding nothing.
Right in plain sight.
You just got to be able to see it. They know people are going to take that check and buy shoes and clothes and invest in cryptocurrency. They know that.
Yeah.
So when you get out of debt and you start paying attention to the debt slaves, you're going to know when to invest in cryptocurrency, when to pull your money out. Like right now, they're probably going to start putting money in because they think they have extra money because of the student loans being pushed. But by the time, let's say like November comes, pull your money out, because they're going to think, because they're going to start pulling money out thinking they got to get ready for these student loan payments.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to pull your money out before them. And then they're going to go pull some money out. It's not going to be no money there. It's going to be gone for the people that know. Cryptocurrency is like gambling, but when you have no debt, it's like gambling and you know all the odds.
Yeah. The funny thing about crypto is that they're trying to introduce it as us getting away from the dollar, but we're already messing up by putting a dollar value on it.
It doesn't exist. The dollar they tell you right on the website that they make $100 bill for 14 cents.
Wow.
If you go to the government website, they say, hey, look, we made this $100 for 14 cents. They're not hiding anything. But they said, but when we give it to you, it's $100. That's a $99.86 profit for us. No competition at all. You don't like it? Too bad.
Yeah.
They're not hiding anything. Nothing. I even told my friend, when I first looked that up, I showed my friend, I said, hey, man, what does this mean to you? Look at this. Look how much they make money for. He didn't have an answer for me. He was like, oh, man, well, they probably do something, start making up stuff. It's like, no, it's 14 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't even want the answers when it's right in their face. Oh, man, LJ, I'm going to think about a lot today. And I'm definitely gonna tap in with you.
You need to see me ASAP.
Yeah.
When you get some money, I won't charge you what I normally charge because you don't have stuff. You don't have a lot. I can tell by the way you're talking. You just need it organized.
Yes.
And then once I show you in the organization and through other stuff, and I'm not just gonna say, hey, Chris, do this. I'm gonna show you mathematically, and you're gonna know why I'm telling you to do what I'm telling you to do.
Yeah. LJ, thank you so much for this conversation. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, man.
Where can people reach out to you? I know they can go to savings-debt.com, but they
savings-debt.com and savings-debt on YouTube, savings-debt on Instagram, savings-debt on Facebook.
And they can just reach out to get your assistance if they need it.
Yeah, and my email is savings-debt@gmail.com.
Saving-debt, everything, guys, even the email, just at Gmail. So
everything.
And most of your clientele, do you have a lot of younger people, or is it more older people, or?
It's all over. People my age, they definitely don't want to face it. Okay, because you got to remember, if you wake up at 50, you know what? That you got to have a strong brain. You got to have a strong mind to wake up at 50 and realize that you've had student loan debt since your 20s.
Mm-hmm. Damn,
right?
Yeah.
And you gotta face that, right? That's a hard pill to swallow. So I don't really get too many people my age. I'm reaching more people your age, like that are just entering the debt matrix, right? You guys, as soon as you hit 30, you guys really take off in the debt matrix. I mean, just like deep, because you start thinking, oh, I'm 30. I'm supposed to have a house and a car and 2.5 kids and marry. No, you don't. That's all the trick and the program. You don't do none of that. None of that.
It is.
Right. So I'm glad that I'm catching younger, because you guys are not too far out of elementary school to understand what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
just simple arithmetic,
Mhm.
right? So I love to catch you guys just before you're 30, because you guys start to say, "Oh man, I'm 30, I'm getting old," and that's all bull crap. All bull crap. That's not true. 30 is when life starts, and if you start debt free, you're gonna be a multimillionaire easy.
That's my goal, man.
Easy.
I'm gonna put that on me by 30. I got 2 years.
You already got the passion. You already got the
Yeah.
passion, Chris. You already got the passion. You just need to own yourself now.
Yes.
That's it. That's the
Own
only piece you're
myself.
missing.
Own yourself.
Own
yes.
yourself.
Yes. LJ, I
Your whole
appreciate
life
you.
is going to change. You're not going to date anybody that don't own themselves. You won't be in child support court. You won't be in divorce court. You won't be splitting your money. You won't be doing none of that. None of that will happen to you. None.
I'm ready. I'm gonna hit you,
You
up,
are.
man. I'm gonna hit you up, LJ, for real.
All right.
For real.
Remember, the longer you wait, the longer you stay a slave.
Oh no. I just gotta. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it off air, but I was gonna ask you about
Okay.
payments and all that. Or
Okay.
yeah. But thank you, LJ. I appreciate you. One last question before we get out of here, though.
Yeah, no problem.
What's your thoughts on the world in the next 2 years? The way everything's going with the whole everything going on.
Well, the new economy has started. Okay, 2020 started the brand new economy. So if you start now, Chris, you'll be ready. Okay, and the starting line is 0. You got to be at 0.
Okay.
Okay, we're already one year into it. It has all changed. Now everything's delivery. The majority of people are going to be working from home. Gone are the days of high wages. Those days are done. All those days. Now come the only jobs that are going to be left for people that don't know is delivery jobs, because they're delivering everything.
Yeah.
Drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, weed, food. Obesity is about to go through the roof because nobody has to go anywhere to get any. You don't have to go get to the drive-through to get your fast food anymore. So obesity is about to go through the roof. What else is going to happen? This is just like obvious stuff that's going to happen. It's just changing. But if you want to be on the correct side of the new economy, just get out of debt.
Yeah.
And you won't care how it's changing, because you'll know well ahead of time that it was changing.
Yeah.
Right now, people are saying, "Oh man, I can't wait till things get back to normal." They're never going back to that. Those days are gone forever. Forever.
Yeah. Whatever
Welcome to the
normal
new
was.
economy.
Yeah, we're not going back to that.
None of that.
Do you also help with like business plans or just financial plans as well, or is it just about getting rid of your debt?
No, just personal debt.
Just
Because
personal
once just personal debt only. Because once I take care of the business of you, you'll know exactly what to do in business.
Okay.
You'll know exactly who not to listen to when it comes to business. Like, you're getting into podcasting, you're probably paying attention to other podcasters.
Correct.
You're probably looking at the subscriber. Ooh, they must have money and blah, blah, blah. But as soon as you hear them saying finance a car, you're like, ooh, yeah. You got student loan debt? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. You don't know. You're missing something.
Yeah.
You'll know exactly who to listen to, who's full of shit, and you'll just speak another language.
Man, I appreciate
You're gonna have
you.
the advantage, Chris. I'm telling you, you're gonna kill it. What you're doing right now, you're gonna kill it.
Well, I don't know what it was, but I found you for a reason, LJ, and we here right now. So I appreciate you for coming on the show.
Well, I help Fresh.
Oh,
That's
you
why
did?
he posted like that. Yes. I help Fresh.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. He knows. He knows what to do. Look how successful. I mean, I don't know.
No,
When you understand how it works, you can be doing stuff that makes it look like something. I don't know what he's doing, so I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff going on. But in the background, I know he knows whatever he's doing. If he's doing it legally, hey, hey, do what you do, right?
Yeah, they running it up. They're going up on YouTube.
Yeah, they run it. And when he started, I remember he was like, "Hey, LJ, man, I want to start a video." I said, "Hey, man, just bring up your camera and just start." So he started in his car with his dog, and I said, "Man, just keep going, keep going, keep going." Bam, and look at it, he just blew up.
Wait, so before he started his blog, he asked you you the one that gave him that?
He had a big Instagram following, right? At the time, he had a pretty large. I mean, I'm gonna say a lot of people, okay?
Yeah.
And then he said he wanted to make videos. I said, what should I do? I said, just start, man.
Yeah.
Don't think you have to be fancy. So I said, just start it. And then once he started getting bigger and started coming up with these different ideas. And bam, now I got the Fresh and Fit podcast. Bam,
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah. That's a good duo. Him and Myron they're running it up. Gotta give credit.
Yeah. So my connection to him allowed me to connect with you.
Yeah.
See how it works?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Well, appreciate you, LJ. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I
For
appreciate
taking
you,
the time.
man. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And yeah, I have everything linked in the description so people can reach out to you if they need to.
Appreciate
Or if
that.
they want to. But I don't care if no one does, I'm reaching out to you. I'm gonna do that for myself.
Hey, bring me back on the show anytime, man. You know I love talking about this stuff.
When I get out even before then, but when I get out of it, yeah, we definitely having a reunion episode. So I can
Bring me
talk
back
on your
anytime,
side.
man. Anytime, man. Anytime.
I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
You have a nice day, okay?
All right, you too, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Later.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. Am I in the fucking matrix still? I keep telling y'all I break the matrix every day on here, and I haven't even broken out of the debt matrix. I'm in the debt matrix. And I told LJ before we started recording that this episode this conversation might be a little bit different because I'm younger. And I just assume he talks to just more older people, like in their 40s, late 30s. I'm a youngster. I haven't fully started stepping into dealing with mortgages and all this stuff. And I am blessed to where, yeah, I said it many times on this podcast to where my parents, left me a pad. And I don't say that in a way where, because before I used to feel guilty because, like, why do I have it like this and other people don't have it like this? But now I don't feel guilty anymore. It's just that I'm blessed. And like LJ said, I have an advantage. I don't have student loan debt. I don't pay mortgage. I don't pay rent. Everything that I'm making right now is literally going towards my bills. And like he said, I just need some organization. I'm not if I told people my debt, they laugh in my face probably because it's not no real debt. I'm assuming real debt means like 30,000 and above or something like that. I'm not at I don't owe that much money, but it's crazy because I'm still in the debt matrix. And when I was explaining shit to him, he just like, look, see the way you explain it, you're still programmed. And I appreciate someone just calling me out on my shit. And every time I was gonna ask a question, I just thought about what I was gonna say because I felt like it was gonna be the same answer. Like that's the programming in you again, And yeah, you gotta find your passion. Find your passion and try to monetize it. Try to see what you could do with your passion and make some money so it don't feel like work. At the end of the day, guys, I think me and Dennis even talked about this on a Good Brother episode. At the end of the day, we're always going to be working. I was going to forget what I was going to say, but working. We're always going to be working. Work's always going to be a thing. Even if you're pursuing your own dreams and want to do your own thing and have your own business and your own company, be self-employed, all that takes work. Even to get to a certain level to sustain yourself as a business and then get people to work for you, that takes a lot of time to even work up to that point. You're always working. The key and the goal is that it shouldn't feel like work. The work that you're putting in shouldn't feel like a drag. It shouldn't feel like work. You should be more than happy to be doing this because you know that you're making a dollar off this, and it's what you enjoy doing, and you love spending time doing this passion, whatever you're doing. So I am glad that I do know what I want to do in my life. I want a podcast. I don't just do I didn't start a podcast just so I can start promoting some shit. When I first started a podcast, it's because I really wanted a podcast. I studied this shit, guys. I watched podcasts since 2015 before it became a popular thing to have a podcast. I started mine 2017. Not CHRISPIRACY, but I started Overly Blunt Podcast 2017. This before it was as cool as it is now. Now I feel like everyone got a podcast. When I had started mine, a lot of people did have podcasts, but it was more so people that were in the industry that had already their following and their listeners that they didn't really have to work for. When I started my podcast, I said, fuck it. I want to talk. This is what I enjoy doing. This is what I enjoy watching. I want to pod. I want to get my opinions off. I want to I was so tapped into music at the time. I'm still to this day. I have all the leaks early. I know what's going on in the game with certain artists and blah blah blah. I love this shit. I love music. And I wanted to discuss music, discuss entertainment, discuss everything going on. And obviously I was trying to copy some of my favorite podcasts. But then when I started Conspiracy, I have a whole studio now that I do Conspiracy out of. And this studio is for Overly Blunt. I made it for Overly Blunt because Conspiracy was just gonna stay audio based only. But I have a whole studio now because this pod and what it did and the reception it got, the people that are listening, like if y'all listening right now, like thank you so much. If you listen to this conversation, thank you so much, man. Like I was so happy with this conversation because it was something different. We weren't talking about conspiracies. We were talking about a matrix. We were talking about being stuck in a certain type of matrix, the debt matrix. But even when I told them, there's different type of matrix. Like there's the debt one, but then there's also one where you're, leaving the work, quitting work because clocking in is. But yeah, like you said, it's still a debt matrix because you're clocking in to pay bills. You need that job security because you need bills to be paid. So I really stepped back while he was talking, and I'm just playing choices that I made in my life in my head, and I'm just like, yo, facts. You ain't debt free. You always if you yes, I fucking stutter. Leave me alone, all right? I talk fast. I'm sorry. I'm working on it, so I trip over my words sometimes. But you're always gonna be in debt. I'm not always, but if you own a car, you're in debt. If you own a home, you're in debt. If you're paying shit off to a bank, if someone's if you're financing something and someone's loaning you money, you're in debt. So when me talking about crypto and all this shit, it's like, man, even 401ks, IRA, what is all that? What the fuck does all that mean? If I'm fucking not, I'm not gonna own shit if I don't pay it off in the future. If I'm in debt. And I feel like I'm exaggerating because I'm not in some crazy amount of debt. Like I'm literally under $20,000 in debt. I don't even know. I'm about like 15. I'm assuming I'm about 15, but you have, like he was saying, you have to get that correct number. And the fact that I don't want that exact number is because I'm fearful of the actual number. Because I feel like that's going to fuck with me more. Like, man, I'm this much in debt. What am I going to do? But it takes sacrifice and discipline and just prioritizing differently. You got to prioritize money differently. The way I spend money on good shit and good food and all that, maybe I shouldn't do that for the next year. Maybe I shouldn't be going all out on certain things for the next year. And, but I'm sold and I'm all for it. So, LJ, I'm definitely tapping in. If you guys are interested, tap in with the brother LJ right now. Savings-debt.com. And don't put a little slash. It's minus MINUS SMD. And let's not suck my dick, all right? Let's not suck my dick. SMD, savings-debt.com. Instagram, saving-debt. Facebook, savings-debt. I don't think he said Twitter. Facebook, I don't know. But I'll have all that stuff for you guys in the description. If you guys are interested, if you really enjoy what LJ was saying, tap in with bro. He may not be telling y'all anything different. He's just gonna really point it down, narrow it down for you guys, and really give you a plan, if anything. So I'm gonna let you guys know how that goes for me, because I'm definitely tapping in with him. The sooner the better too. And I'm just saying this on record right now. By the age of 30, I will fully own myself. By the age of 30, I will fully own myself. That's 2 years from now. I'll be 28 next month. Next month? No. Yes. No. Yes. 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 This is September already. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Next week. Yeah. So September. So yeah. So next month, 28th, I will be 28 years old. I'll be 28 on the 28th. A 28 born. Shout out to my numerology people. I forgot to ask him about that. I was gonna ask him how he feel about, since he has the ability to see negative numbers. I was trying to see if he's into like numerology and gematria maybe. But again, I didn't really want to keep it based off of conspiracy, spirituality stuff. This was a very informational type of episode, more so for me. Like I've said this in the pod before. All these pods, if you guys enjoy them, that's a plus. If you guys are into the guests, if you enjoy the conversation, if you apply it to yourself, if you and start following these people, if you tap in with them and get and pay for the services they offer, or you sign up for one of the services they offer, that's a plus. But at the end of the day, LJ was on here because I needed to have a conversation about debt. I needed to know more about what he was talking about. That's why I always do this shit. When I have all these guests on here, it's because I want to talk to them and I want to learn from them and I want to get whatever I get from them. And if you guys get something from it, that's just a fucking plus. That's just the plus. That's just the way I look at this pot and shit. At first, me. If I'm not into the guest, I don't give a fuck how many followers you got. I don't give a fuck what you do in life and whatever. X amount of money. I don't give a fuck. If I resonate with what you're saying, or no, if I resonate with what you're saying, and I find you, and what you're saying applies to me, and I want to have a conversation with you, yes, I could do it privately, but why not do it on a podcast? Why not do it on my platform so someone else that's listening maybe take something from it, and it's a win-win. So that's where I'm at with it. Shout out to LJ, Savings Minus Debt. I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys did too. And again, thank you so much for listening. Please go to CHRISPIRACY.com to get your merch. 4 t-shirts for sale. Please do me that solid. Support my pockets, please. Y'all just talked about how I'm in debt. Y'all better support my fucking pockets. Support my pockets so I can get out of this fucking matrix debt. And then I'll help you get out the matrix. Actually, for me, the debt matrix. I mean, nah, just put money in my pockets, y'all. Please, CHRISPIRACY.com. CHRISPIRACY.com. And shout out to everyone that's placed an order. Shout out to everyone that bought a t-shirt. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to everyone that supported, that posted it, whatever. I really do appreciate it. We have me and Dennis been talking a lot about different ideas and bringing different things to the CHRISPIRACY brand, and I'm doing more with CHRISPIRACY than I thought I was gonna do. I was gonna put all this energy into Overly Blunt, but we kind of had some problems behind the scenes, so I'm gonna be pushing that back. I know I said soon we're coming back, but I'm gonna push it back. So Overly Blunt podcast will just be in the near future. We're sticking with CHRISPIRACY every Wednesday, every Friday. Wednesdays is me and a guest. Today was me and LJ. Fridays is me and the Good Brothers. And me and the Good Brothers, we're just talking about relevant topics, talking about kind of what went on during the week. It's more of a fresh episode. We record the week of when it drops, and it's more of the newer topics, and we just touch on life too. It's a little bit of healing, a little bit of breaking the matrix. I really enjoy the Good Brothers episode, so follow Dennis B. Messiah and follow Kid Tony. Shout out to my boys. Shout out to the Good Brothers, because it's become a thing. And I enjoy doing the Good Brothers sometimes more than I enjoy doing the Wednesday episodes. And that's no knock to the guest, because depending on who the guest is, yeah, I'm all for it. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode with Fala Azul and Mimi. That was an amazing episode. And shout out to you guys for listening. And thank you, Fala, for buying a shirt. Thank you, Mimi, just for being there and for the reading that you gave me earlier this year. So, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, CHRISPIRACY.com. Follow me. Follow LJ. I didn't know why I said follow me. I never say follow me. But yeah, follow me if you don't. Oh, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe. Follow me on SoundCloud. Wherever you listen to your pods, hit the subscribe, please. If you're on Apple Podcasts specifically, though, hit the share, hit the comment, 5-star review it, 1-star review it, 2-star. Well, I don't give a fuck. Just star comment it, star review it, whatever. I don't even know how to say it. Leave a comment on there and criticize me. Let me know what you love about the show. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know if you hate me. Let me know if you didn't like the guests. I don't really care. Just show up on Apple and just do that for me so I can fuck with the algorithms. Just do me that solid. And this episode, I think I just uploaded the last episodes on YouTube. If you're listening to this right now, the episode not ignorance is bliss, but the situational math with Fowla and Mimi will be on YouTube by now. And the Good Brothers episode will be on, the Sleepy People will be on YouTube as well. YouTube has given me a strike. They took me down 2 weeks ago because of medical misinformation. I don't know why. I don't know why. The one that they take down for that, I understand it. But this last one that they gave me the strike for, I don't know. I could appeal it, but I don't even know exactly what we said. I know I'm not saying I didn't say Rona or vagine on there. I'm not saying that I didn't say in those episodes. It's just that we didn't go in like I've gone in on previous episodes, but it got taken down. So either it got taken down because they've been on my ass lately and they're just finding anything to take me down for, or it really was some crazy shit that we said in there that I don't remember and I haven't gone back to listen to it fully to really see what it was. But that's neither here nor there. You're still able to listen to the episodes on all the other platforms, the audio platforms. So do me that solid. Go hit subscribe. Go hit follow. Whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all next week. CHRISPIRACY.
Okay. Grab your folders in your bags. It's the end of class. Good looking Chris X Matt. We'll be sure to make it back for the next session that you're hosting. See you bright and early next show. And grab your folders in your bags. It's the end of class. Good looking Chris X Matt. We'll be sure to make it back for the next session that you're hosting. See you bright and early next show. And